Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Friday! Welcome back to a fresh, brand new, shiny morning Hazel stream. Kitty cat, you want to come? You want to do the thing? Okay, well, you don't have to. No pressure. Let's see here. We got layers. We got lights, windows, water. Yeah. What's not to like? Let's see if we can get some War Within Alpha fired up. Oh, I gotta run an update. That's on me. In the meantime, hey guys, how you doing? Hi, hello. Hello, Hazel. Happy Friday. If Star Citizen ever comes out, would you consider playing it on stream? I don't know much about it, so I couldn't say, although I very rarely branch out. But I feel like, is that one of those games that's been in development for a million years? Because back in 2011, 12, I worked retail, and I remember a customer talking to me about this game and how it was going to be like the best thing ever just as soon as it could get done developing. And I feel like the name was Star Citizen, or at least something like it. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but if true, hilarious. Happy Friday. Have you heard of Little Kitty Big City? I haven't. Although I was burned by the last cat-related video game, so I don't know if it's for me. Hello, hey, hi, Hazel. Hello, how you doing? Let's see if we can fire this up, get some water. You'll dig this one. Oh, yeah? It's perfect for you. If the reason it's perfect for me is because it has cats, then I'm gonna need more than that. Kitty's ready for new alpha stuff. Check it out on Steam or Xbox. It's adorable. The cats talk. That doesn't improve them. Are you gonna play the Elden Ring DLC? I haven't even finished regular Elden Ring. I made it like 4 hours in, and then I got distracted by something else. Let me see. I want to clean my glasses. This is loaded back up more or less. It's gonna take me a minute to get started here because these ones I think I need to delete because none of them are good for the new zone. We got to make a new template character for the new zone, and then I'll have to set up my bars because you know how you do. I think I'm gonna do a hunter again this time. Just because we've done a little bit of priest leveling and I want to change. Haven't seen you in so long. Happy Friday, everyone. The cats play WoW. But I can play WoW. What is the format of the game? What is the premise? Are we talking like a survival game? Are we talking like a Souls-like game? Is it an action fighter? Is it an economy? Is it like a business simulator? What are we saying here? Happy Friday, everyone. Untitled Goose Game with cats. Oh. I don't know if that's my thing. I don't know if that's my thing at all. I like cats in life. I don't know if I need more than that for a game. I like the warband stuff. Keeps track of the achievements so far. And if you're making new characters. Got KSM yesterday. Congrats, Zoldak. Guild brought in a couple 8s. Learned that pugging 6s is brutal when no one interrupts, but a coordinated group on disc is a lot easier. Oh, yeah. That is absolute truth. And it's like nice and fun, you know, hang out with some friends kind of thing. Alright, I was gonna make a template character. I was gonna make sure I selected this button here. Also, I don't hear any music. Am I connected? You guys have some music. I don't have any. I need to reconnect these things. Let's see here. It was so lovely this morning. Moosey and I went out for a walk. It was just like still kind of warm. I managed to get away with just like an inside coat and not an outside coat. It's pretty cool. It's just sunny. Moosey stopped for a variety of dogs. And then at the last one, we were like almost back to our place. And I was like, listen, but we're not doing this again. March him back inside. Okay, so I was gonna make, I think, a gnome hunter. Bizarrely enough, I don't have one, despite the fact that I like gnomes a lot and I like hunters. I, for whatever reason, don't actually have one on retail. It seems like a perfectly fun thing to test here. So let's get my favorite hair color, but maybe like a different hairstyle. I don't know. Who's to say? There's options. What's this one? Yeah, that's cute. Okay, alright. I'll bite. I hate recreating my characters. I'll be happy when they add character copy to alpha. I know, gnomes with the single page. I don't think they're the only race that has just the one page of customizations, but they're certainly one of the, I don't know, the original ones that hasn't gotten anything extra. I wonder if they just can't think of anything extra to give them, you know? It's not like you've got, I mean, unless they just decide to add leper gnomes to regular gnomes. For some reason, Siege of Orgrimmar is now a daily lockout. I saw that post, and I can't figure out if that's on purpose. Because if so, what a strange thing to do for just Siege of Orgrimmar and not other, like you could say it's tied to Remix, but if they didn't do it to other Pandaria raids, then what's going on? I'm nosy and I want to know why. I want to know why before I trust it and get excited. Okay, so my edit mode is in place, which is good. I'm getting a little better at getting these things set up speedrun style. I like to turn on a lot of bars. I like to turn on auto loot. I like to do a real quick starter build for Beast Mastery. Alright, fine. You can walk me through whatever buttons you see fit, game. Sure. And then we talk to this guy to get our hero talents also. Also dragon riding skills, very important. And one of these builds they're gonna just make these things passive and automatically granted or something, but it hasn't happened yet. Reclaiming Nomergon storyline. When? There's some more hairstyles and faces. Yeah. Yeah, faces especially. They, like, I feel like we actually have a pretty decent selection of hairstyles. I'm always game for more. But I feel like the hair is alright. Yeah, there must be something they can do on the face to, like, add extra options that you can change independently aside from just generic faces. Hero talent points level up to 71 to gain access to them. And then we'll get boosted again when we get to Azj-Kahet, which is the 4th and final zone, I want to say. Let's do pack leader because head empty, no thoughts. 11 pack leaders so far. This is not out yet. This is War Within Alpha. Roughly halfway through copying the Cthulhu short story into my lore book. Going faster than I expected. Nice. Okay, we've got... That is Primal Rage, not Mind Blast. Interrupt. Mount Keybind. I want to get new pets out there. I want to tame some new pets in the new zone. I want to find some good ones and make it work here. Yeah. Do I have any more buttons that I want to put on my bar? Feign Death seems important. Trank Shot. Good to have. Probably a nice mend pet. Wouldn't hurt. I'll throw Tame Beast in the bar over here as well because we might want that. Yeah. I'm interested to see what the spellbook looks like later on when the visuals and art are finalized. Because I'm kind of getting used to this one. I don't hate it. It just looks like it needs maybe a little bit more detail on the page, maybe. And then let's go on to the yak and put on some kind of an outfit, or at least hide the helmet, because I can't walk around like this. Only pets we need are the mud skippers. I'll have to see what kind of hunter pets are in the next zone, because I'm pretty sure I agree, but I don't know if there's gonna be any in Azj-Kahet. Maybe. Okay. Am I ready? I feel pretty ready. Seems reasonable. Send me out there. I guess I should hope this works. Maybe even some fun makeup like the female goblins have, but not attached to the face like theirs. I'd love that. That's a good idea, actually. Female humans also have different makeup options that you can put on any of the faces, and I think that's nice. Call pets is important to Alpha. My pets often just go missing. It's funny they give you, like, Shadowlands pets. Alright, should I pay any attention? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Something to Rubians.
Be strong, my friend.
And
we each walk a line.
oh, not again. I guess I won't pay too close attention because I don't want to just like spit out huge story spoilers for people that are like trying to like sort of vaguely avoid them. If you're really trying to avoid story spoilers, then this is not the stream for you to be in right now. But oh man, sometimes you read a thing in a quest and you're like, I feel like we've been here before. Lyria looking fierce. Oh yeah, that's right. I can dragon right. Holocron Coder, thank you very much for the 20-month free sub. Thanks for the free sub of the day. Appreciate it. Supposed to hit 90 today in Portland. Oh, that is toasty. Toasty. Purposely ignoring all quests and stories. Seems really good. Don't want to spoil a release. Time to do more battlegrounds. Oh, you're in. Do you have any favorite like tribes to play yet? Any like types of cards like mechs or dragons or whatnot? I played a bunch yesterday when I was What is strange? What's going on with the nameplate? At first I thought, well, maybe there's some kind of strange, like, absorb shield or defense shield or something going on. But then I looked at their unit frame and I thought, no, that's normal. Which begs the question of, why are they like that? If they've done something to nameplates, why aren't they better? Maybe they're working on it. Maybe there's more to come. Yeah. You might need to reset it. What and why and how and who? Not how, I know how, but what and why? Demons are kind of fun. Nameplates are thinner. I guess it's because I've been dying for them to do something with nameplates for ages. And it seems like they have, unless it is just broken, like a new interface showing missing health, except that it's not better, and also like the text and stuff is still the same level of not readable. We'll see here. Try another one. We reloaded, so maybe it was just like a graphic bug. If I get too into it, consider buying the pass. Yeah, that's how they get you. It's nice that you can play without it, though. I appreciate that about Battlegrounds. Do I want to fight this thing? I guess so. It's not for my quest, but no, that's just what they look like. Isn't there a $10 toy that turns you into a Murloc? Yeah, I think so. I think the Merc Morpher, the magical Merc Morpher. I'm afraid if I started the word, my brain would kick in and fill in the rest of it at some point. I use it in Raid pretty often. I've forgotten the context as to why though. Meowdy. Hey, how you doing? Love playing Murlocs. Brain counter is a beast. Yeah. I had a decent Reno Quillbore game where I got a somewhat early, like a kind of a mid-game Pokethorn Mental and a Drakari Enchanter, and I just used my gold on the Enchanter and then just, you know, big blood jumps. It was great. I think we first placed with that one. A few more of these. My wife freaks out every time she hears a Murloc. Don't know how often to freeze. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know if I do it very well. If there's something that you really want. Every class will have a battle mount soon. DK's having mounted combat's gonna make everyone want it. Maybe, but I think the like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse aesthetic that the Death Knight are drawing on for that is like a very Death Knight thing. And classes have forever had things that everybody wanted in WoW. That doesn't mean they've ever given it to everybody. I've been drilling over mage portals my entire life, and I don't even have a mage. Battle mounts make me think of jousting. Used it a lot because I want to have playable Murlocs, and I spent 30k gold in random toys to hit the last achievement for Mer glasses. Nice. I use Merc more for usually at least once per raid. It's just fun to see which Murloc you're going to get, because there's a few different ones that they can do. Yeah, I don't know what they've done with nameplates. Maybe this is just a preview of things to come. Maybe they're working on them, and they're just not ready to unveil their beautiful new nameplates. Although, if I'm being honest with myself, I want them to do it so that I have better nameplates for PTR testing and for alpha and other places where I don't want to use any add-ons. But I'm probably at this point in my life going to continue using Plater until Plater absolutely won't work for me anymore. I like it too much. It was annoying to get set up at first, but now it's pretty much good. And I'm happy with the info it shows me. I think that I'm probably sticking with that even if they do fix the nameplates. What is it that I want to do here? Arathi War Priest. Nerubian slain, Arrow Knights rescued. You're not wounded. Projecting a ring that will grant allies who fly through it Holy Lance. That is a really tiny ring. Whoa. Alright. Nerubian Silk Balloon Mine slain. I don't know if that is... Ow! I don't think that counts. I might need to read some quests. Balloon mine slain. Alright. That airspace is mined. Fly through 5 Nerubian mines while under the effects of Holy Lance. Okay. Your mount is more maneuverable than our skivs. Get in the air, take the mines out. I will deploy the resources to provide blessings to improve your capabilities. So you fly through this, or one of these guys. And then that gives you an 8-second buff. Oh, okay. That lets you do the thing. So then you would need to go back and you would need to get another re-up on your buff. From this or others, and then you can, whoa, there we go. Okay, I gotcha. That seems like the kind of thing they might make into like a world quest, or they might keep around as a world quest. Because what are world quests if not just quests we did while leveling? Oh, hi, kitty cat. Argent Tournament Round 2 Electric Boogaloo. I was looking at the Argent Tournament cosmetics and all the things yesterday on stream, and I noticed that it told me that I hadn't collected the lances. Like, that there were, like, appearances that you could get, and I'm not sure if that's actually true. Sometimes it shows you funky things that you can't actually, like, learn. But, wild if true. I guess I haven't done any Argent Tournament dailies since they made white items moggable. How are Miss Kira and Mr. Moose doing? I think they're good. Kitty cat seems nice. She's enjoying warm weather, sunny naps on the bed. Mr. Moose is also good. He's big ol' puppy. big ol' stubborn, fluffy, lovey husky mix puppy. He's a sweetie pie. Lots of things like the lances you have to go back and get. I just never thought that they would let us mog those things. I suppose they do it. I suppose they will. Vile Wing. Up. Up, but also underground, maybe? They've redone the map markers. I know it's going to be really tiny on screen, but they've redone these mini map markers. So that one looks like it's for a rare. Oh. And then the grayness could mean that it's underground, or it could just be the way that icon looks. Oh, no, it's right here. It's literally right here. Okay. I guess maybe that's supposed to be like the silver dragon. Although, it's, no, we also, well, is this like the silver dragon? It's level 78, so it's not a max level 1. I seem able to kill it. If we've replaced silver dragons with little twinkle stars, I'm gonna need more coffee before that doesn't make me grumpy. We got a Violwing Chain Helm. Boss Guides rock. Oh, thanks. All the things was the add-on that showed me Argent Tournament mogs that I was missing. Looking grand for adoptable dogs. Love a puppy. No, they're a lot of work. This is true. Why would they downgrade the icon like that? Now, to be fair, I don't know for a certainty that like we don't still have silver dragons. I know they have different. They've distinguished between a vignette mob and a rare mob. So it's possible that is just like an updated icon for the vignette mob, which are like the rares that aren't really rare. But I'll feel better later when I find another one because the dragons are pretty. I just collect mog. I don't actually use it. Is the War Within rather brown? No color? I don't think so. I think the different zones look quite different. This one so far is pretty blue and brown. But the first and the third zones looked very different. The Hallowfall and Isle of Dorn both had a very, very, like a brighter kind of vibe. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? I can feel you thwapping your tail around. What is it that we're doing here? We're just picking up trash. And then what is this icon? It's Forgotten Memorial. They had been marking on the map with little spyglasses, just text items in the game that I guess had like lore. And I wasn't sure whether or not that was relevant for anything. This must be the memorial. It's outlined in purple. It doesn't seem interactable at all. And I wonder if that's just something that's not finished yet. Morning, Hazel. Sunny day in Toronto. Good morning. It's beautiful and sunny here in Victoria, too. Expecting to dislike this zone. It's amazing. Seeing the Nerebar Palace was jaw-dropping. Oh, man. I'll have to keep moving. I want to get there. I'm a little freaked out that there's going to be... I'm not ready for another raid. Even though I should be. I know that we didn't get a new raid this season. Like, we're playing through the 3 original raids from Dragonflight again, so I didn't do any raid guides. I haven't done any raid guides since Amir Drassil, but it just feels like it wasn't that long ago. Okay. It becomes interactable at 80. Oh, okay. I'm gonna finish collecting these things first, actually. Oh! You gotta watch out for those mines, holy smokes. Would you deem me weird if I only eat the pastry off sausage rolls? I used to only eat the pastry off the edges of quiches. I liked pie crust, but I was only so on the filling. Although, as an adult, it occurred to me that I could just seek out pastry that did not have things that I did not wish in it, and then also I learned to like quiches. I went through a phase pretty recently where I was convinced I was going to learn how to make more like savory pastries and pies, and I made 2 of them, and then I guess I'm done. I suppose that was all that I needed to satisfy that particular itch. Hazel, would you deem yourself weird? I think I'm letting go of weird as a relevant assessment because it implies the existence of a normal, which I no longer believe in. Sage raid guides. Oh no. Oh dear. Even if you can find a valid way to define normal, that doesn't make it useful. Okay. Heroes never die. True. Give me Najatar vibes. How's your sourdough doing? Still living? It is. I do need to probably feed it again. And I haven't made any bread with it in a while. Last time I brought it out and I fed it and then I put it back in the fridge.
Don't give in to fear.
Why didn't I make anything? I was out of bread flour for a while, but I have got more now, so I don't know what my excuse is now. I think I wanted to experiment with a new variation on my method, but I've been too lazy to actually do it. or just, I don't want to say busy. I want to say out of, whoa, spooky. Cool colors. I'm so easily impressed by just bright colors. Oh, look, it's one of the, it's a freaky looking, it's given vaguely Avatar vibes. Oh, all right. Harroneer, that's what they're called. I've seen many things that threaten the great roots, although I admit that black blood seems particularly virulent. There you go. Work to cleanse the breathing pit. Huh. Yeah, alright. Works for me. This is kind of cool. Najantar our Draxus had a spider baby. I would let her win you. Ruin my life. Feels okay. Classic cat free for a few days. Happy for that. Chance to try it before subbing. Cool. Did you see the new Warlock set? Making me want to play my Warlock more now. I believe I did. I think we checked that one out. It was, it had like the crop top situation. Or the, I don't know, crop top is a little bit perhaps implies more than was going on. I liked it a lot. I would absolutely take bits and pieces of that to wear. Oh. Horde Effusia. Updated it with shoulders that animate arms like the Shavara. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, man. Opinions in the new priest set. I think I looked at it and I think I wasn't impressed. I don't remember what it looked like or why. I feel like we did look at it though, and I don't remember being excited. Although it's occurring to me that I don't remember very much from streams. The Red Draenei Skin quest line kind of shook me a little bit, and it occurred to me that I hold on to very little information from stuff that I do every day like this. Thanks for your guides. Enjoy sharing them with the raid to get us on the same page. I really appreciate it. Thanks. I'm glad they're working for you. Thanks for saying that. What's up, Cash? How you doing today? Okay. Preset too many glowy bits. Oh yeah, it had like the belt, that's right. It had a huge www.wrestlerbelt.com. And I remember saying that it looked weird and that art is subjective and that I subjectively don't like that art. And that I wanted it to be, if you were gonna do like a big heavy belt piece, I would much rather it be wide on the sides and narrower in the middle, almost like a wearable corset piece, as opposed to like these like whoa, like wrestling or like weight belt kind of things. Guild related thingies bugged in NA as well. I don't know. Well enough, have some things to do. Not a fan of things, even less of doing them. I get that. I am impossible to make happy either way, because when I have a lot of things to do, I get upset and stressed and I feel like I can't do them. But then when I have nothing to do, that's usually pretty depressing too. It doesn't work out well. Usually have issues with the belts. The shoulders were all right. I feel like I remember saying that I wouldn't wear the helm and that the robe was fine, but it didn't. I don't think I'm going to be wearing it. Not when there's so much other cool, like, Arathi themed Mog from Hallowfall that I could wear instead. Nerubian extractors. In love with the fact that both body types for the lock set get the skimpy top. It's rare that I want to keep helm and belts on. Yeah, sometimes they've had some winners with belts with me lately. I like it when they have lots of buckles. They've had a couple of double belts that were kind of cool. The Archives belts were neat. Like, belts that just look like actual, belts. Actual real-life belts are kind of neat. But sometimes they just end up getting a little away from themselves. Belt clips through a lot of races, too. Mm-hmm. Something I've never sought out in any of my belt mogs was a belt that had like a pennant hanging from the buckle. Because you're right, it always clips through the robes. And then secondly, I don't want that. What a strange piece of extra fabric. You're not using it as a loincloth. I guess maybe that would be one of the only cool ways to actually use that mog would be to mog it along with like some like the leggings and bikini pants, like the mage weave ones, so that you could use it as a loincloth. Because otherwise, what is it doing? What is it for? Why is it there? Sick giraffe shirt. Ah, thank you. Kitty, where are you going? Office is this way. Are you gonna go see the dog? I have a cute video of Kitty sleeping in her bed and then Moosey laying on the floor like a foot or two in front of it, just like looking at the cat and then looking up and then looking at the cat and being like, look, I'm doing it. I'm being good. Can I have my treat now? Hazel, I start my new master's program on Monday and my anxiety is at an all-time high. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I don't know if this helps, but I believe that you got this. You're in. You've got what it takes. Gonna have to play my rogue too for that ethereal set. Kitty, what are you doing? She's like sniffing the rug really thoroughly. Is it because I vacuumed? Does it smell weird because it's clean? What are you doing? Alright. She's not much of like a scratch at rugs kind of cat, but she's definitely interested in. And I don't know what. I cleaned it this morning. I was up a little early and I decided I was going to stop beating myself up about not vacuuming, and I was just going to vacuum. I've been mixing Moose's puppy food and adult food together in increasingly adult food skewed ratios to help switch him onto it and also to get rid of the rest of this bag of puppy food. And to do that, I've been pouring them into like a huge mixing bowl and then stirring it like a witch's cauldron before I then put it into the container where I actually like scoop his food out of on the daily. And I spilled a bunch last time I was doing that, so there was dog food crumbs, and they're gone now. And I think you would be happy about that. Besides, it's like spring, summertime, so the ants are trying to get in, and we don't want that. You do not want to leave food around when the ants are attempting to make their yearly ingress into your house. Hello, how you doing? Happy Friday. Kitty, what are you scratching at the rug for? One moment. What are you doing? Hi. You're being silly. Alright. There, have fun. She's doing the cat thing where she like rolls around on the carpet and then is also kind of like kneading it a little bit, but then getting a claw stuck and then being like, no. And then she's just rolling around in it, which is weird. She usually does that with like laundry. And that rug's been there for ages. I think I've realized that most of my anxiety is coming from the peer-to-peer interactions, such as what should I wear for the headshot? How is that different from business casual? What if I stutter during my intro speech presentation? That's a good thing. That's a good thing to know. I bet a lot more people worry about that stuff than you would think. And I bet there's people that are in your same position that are worried about other things that you've got like totally on lockdown because that's like a strength of yours, you know? And they would love to switch. You got this. What am I doing? What am I trying to say? I'm getting a ring. I had ants once find something. It was a couple apartments ago and it was a summer. And they had set up like roadways along the baseboards towards the kitchen and stuff. And it took like what felt like months of like cleaning the baseboards. Like I would spray them down with like a bleach spray to help like disrupt the scent trails, and then like making sure the kitchen was like super giga clean and like vacuuming every night kind of thing. You don't want them finding stuff. It's really annoying to get rid of them. 515 rewards for a level 78 quest. Obviously not final. Yeah, the item levels are kind of all over the place. I think she's having fun, so that's good. You know, it's nice to see her enjoy things. Besides the heat waves, the bug invasion is my least favorite thing about summer. Afternoon, Hazel and chat. Good afternoon, Mrs. Rock Guru. Respect them, but don't want them in my home. Moose also, when he finds an ant, he seems to eat them. Like he'll kind of track them, and then he'll boop them with his nose, and then he'll just consume them. And I don't think it's gonna do him any harm necessarily. Nobody's setting out ant poison around here or anything, but like I kind of wish he wouldn't, and it's really hard to stop him from doing that. They're also extremely tiny, which is weird because they're so small that I guess they're like sugar ants, but they're really small. And I have to get really close to them to decide that it is in fact an ant and it's not like a bed bug or a flea or something that you really don't want. Oh, this thing is so cute. I don't know why it's a quest giver, but I'm here for it. Follow spindle. Okay. I'm coming. Wait for me. Kitty Cat used to hunt the big beetle-looking bugs that we would get in Oregon, but she wasn't very good at it. Back when she could see, she would try to like catch them, and they were pretty slow, and I feel like it was doable, but I don't know. Oh, I lost him. I'm just gonna head up to the end point here. First apartment had cockroaches for a little bit. My roommate's cat would kill them. Spindle a baby. Get those as battle pets, the cute Nerubians. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Found him. Hide from danger with the help of your spider guide. Oh, this is upsetting.
Lurk, drudges. There will be no interruptions on Ascension Day.
I had a dream that I think was spurred by the fact that I was cleaning recently and I found a spider that I left alone because I decided that I was just going to pretend that I didn't see him. I wasn't going to, like, snitch. And so I left the spider alone. But then I had a dream that there was, like, a spider web on, like, a sort of, like, a little carousel thing in that part of the room. And in the dream, they had been catching, like, little flies and bugs and then also bees. And then also there were these little bugs that were, like, shaped like people, but they were about this tall. And they were all, like, trapped and wrapped in spider webs on this little carousel thing. Kind of like Frodo post-Shelob. And then when I went to go, like, try to clean it up because I decided that was too gross to leave in my room by my bed, they all started, like, the bees started, like, flying away out of it. Like, I was breaking open the webs and rinsing it off with, like, a water from the tap, and then the flies and the bees just started breaking out like they weren't even dead in there. It's wild. What happens if you use the crab figure? Let's see. Options. Accessibility. Arachnophobe mode. Maybe a little reload. My cat thinks everything is a friend, even slugs. I died when a slug got caught in her fur. No! She will lay on anything. Oh, man. So it looks like, at least at this point, this model does not count as a spider for the sake of the arachnophobe filter, which, to be fair, it has 4 legs. If there are more legs, then I've decided that they're arms.
The beaver bids you welcome.
Yeah, we're getting some, oh yeah, Spindle becomes like a little hermit crab. That's cute. And then we've got some lobsters, some makrura. Nest egg. Oh, like way up there. How am I supposed to... Can you get on top of it? Maybe. That's pretty freaky even with the even with the crab filter on. When I moved in here, I had my cat's food in my room, and apparently there was a way that ants found their way in. Had to put up a trap, move the food to the kitchen. Crabs with spider webs. Look at the lobster! Oh man. So this is with the arachnophobe filter on. think that's almost more terrifying. His eyeballs, I know that's just like the way they are, but when he's upside down like that, it looks like they're falling out of his skull. Oh, man. Yeah, you can dragon ride on almost any flying mount. Not fully any of them, but pretty close. You followed my guiding line to its terminus. I am glad that your zeal outpaces your survival instinct. That's me. I have no intention of sending you off to skitter about in the dark like a freshly hatched beetle. It wouldn't do to have my little morsel snatched up by a starving cave borer. Okay, this character's fantastic. Your allies have found themselves ensconced in a torrid tapestry. Only by familiarizing themselves with its erstwhile architects can you hope to reclaim them. Okay. And then, you've endured quite the evening. Worry not, little morsel. That's upsetting. That's not my favorite nickname I've ever been called. You will find that my friends here are most accommodating. Take a moment to explore. Don't move about too quickly. Sudden movements, sure you understand. Good grief. And then you have to interview her about the various things for the sake of the quest. You don't like being called things that imply you'd be eaten by monsters later. I mean, I did kind of enjoy being called clever meat in Brackenhead Hollow, but I think that's because I was really holding on to the clever part of that. And, you know, who doesn't want to be called smart? Okay, so this is apparently not a spider, and therefore does not apply for the arachnophobe filter, but, like, what in tarnation is it? Oh my goodness. Alright. Yeah, you can dragon ride with the mop flying discs. And you toggle between flight styles with, in your mount journal, a dynamic flight to, like a sky riding button, like a switch flight style button. It's a 5-second cast. So it is technically a little bit of a downgrade convenience-wise from what we have now, because you, like right now, you could have like a regular flying mount and a dragon riding mount in your bar, and you could just pick which one you want, you know, without any kind of like a cast or cooldowns, just at freely. But this way you have the flexibility to do both types of flying on most of your mounts, but you do have to do that 5-second cast to switch between them. You should have the option for a specific mount. Yeah, maybe, but you don't. It's not how it works. Any good flying mounts without dragon riding? WoW had a list, but I wasn't convinced that it wasn't going to be added to them. It's obviously a spider. What is going on? I just think it's funny that this one's a lobster. Do I have hive mind here? Let me see. I do have hive mind here. It does have skyrate. Wow. Woo! That's kind of fun. Matches the zone quite nicely. Yes, you can toggle dragon riding to normal flying with the toggle in your mount journal. However, in order for that to work in Khazalgar, in the new zones, you need to do like their new Pathfinder achievement. So you start out being able to dynamic ride or sky ride, but you need to unlock the privilege of flying the old-fashioned way. I also don't agree with that, but that is how it works. Are you not impressed with my hospitality? Oh, I'm very impressed. A little weave rat tells me an intriguing series of events are playing out. Look into it and see if your curiously binary eyes can pluck out any potential allies. pluck out isn't really a verb I want in the same sentence as talking about my binary eyes. Some of your little friends are among the escapees. Do go catch up and tell them the Weaver bids them greetings. Helicopter jungle plan mount. Helicopter? Let me see. I don't know what you mean by jungle plan. Like this? You can go. I want to dragon ride and seahorse mounts.
A lamplighter brings hope. In my heart,
Greetings, man.
Doesn't really feel like it's going as fast as a dragon. Yes, definitely not as many flappy bits.
the guards near us were arguing about new orders. Then they just walked off. Despite everything.
Fufu299, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. You really don't want many flappy bits in your machine airplanes. You don't like it when plane winds go woof-ump, 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 woof-ump. Sometimes I like watching the wing if I'm on a flight and I'm in a window seat and you can see the wing out of your window. It's kind of fun to watch them just get like battered by Air Force.
Spirits be with ya, man.
Infected beasts and expedition members. I should turn on beast tracking so that I can keep an eye out for anything cool that we can tame. Where's one thing? A spored stinger. What is it? Yeah, the NPC is missing an arm. She has a shield prosthetic instead. As Boeing will tell you. Okay, it's pet utility. For a second, I'm like, where is Beast Lore? Because lots of these things are technically beasts. Tameable ferocity. I'm going to turn the filter back off so I can see what I'm actually taming here, because they're not really crabs. It's cool that you don't need a reload for it, though. What about this one? Oh yeah, that one's a tameable tenacity one. Okay, it's also horrifying. Let me abandon this. They've changed the word release to the word abandon. Oh, that one's not tameable. Aw, man. Is there going to be a special Azj-Kahet herbaling stream? I was so disappointed that we didn't get the farm. We didn't find or get the farm working. So that spored stinger is tameable. Oh, I don't know how to tame blood beasts. Oh. Okay. Alright. So you can learn. I think that's something that we've already learned. In like, I don't know. Whenever Nazmir was. BFA. Dropping a tome from Zillanil, dear. Yeah. Okay. So are all of these blood beasts, then, is my follow-up question. Because some of these were ferocity and some of them were tenacity. That one's ferocity. Oh, no, I could just tame this one. So they're not all blood beasts. Alright. Oh, it's tiny. So that one just counts as a spider. Some of them count as spiders and some of them count as blood beasts. Whoever decided to call this a spider missed a crucial lesson in spiders. Does not have the right petal legs. Alright. That's alright. I'm gonna call it Bubbles. Go kill Zil quickly. Test it. I don't want to leave this place. I might not be able to get back. Last one was cozy while I worked. Call it what it is. I don't think I've ever actually gotten one of the special hunter taming tomes on retail. I don't think I've ever, like, I guess maybe if something was like available off a vendor, then maybe. If I just had unlocked it incidentally, but I've never gone out of my way to like get access to fairy dragons or cloud serpents or, you know, what have you. Well, we got one pet that is specific to this zone. We'll have to keep an eye out for another one that's a bit different. Something that's not a blood beast. That one's nice because you can just buy it from an engineer in the auction house. Oh. I feel like I had mech pets tamed, but it was on a Mechanome Hunter, so maybe they just had that by default. What is this? Is that a new beetle model? If so, can I tame it? Yeah, tenacity. There we go. Alexander Crucio, thank you for the brand new sub. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. We get it? Yeah, we got it. If we run across a stable master later, we can take one of these pets and put it into the second slot so we have a, instead of this, the moth. Ooh, phosphorant lamperid. That's also a beast. What do you mean I have too many pets? Nuh-uh. Oh, I do have too many pets. They've given me a bunch of default ones that I have to release. Gnomes and goblins get it by default, yeah. Oh. Oh, man. Alright, the firefly's pretty cool. I think I'm getting sidetracked. We need to go find another expedition member. We've been running around collecting bugs. And meanwhile, there is somebody who is waiting for us to bust them out of a spider web over here. Up the light on it. I bet you those are in different colors. You mean abandoned? I don't actually. They've renamed the button from abandoned to release. Make what you will of that, but I didn't do it. Blizzard did it. think I need to be under here. Maybe. Abandoned sounds so mean. Thought they renamed it the other way around. My bad. No, it used to be abandoned. They changed it. Maybe if we go around this corner, actually. Maybe this is right. It's a polite fiction. They're gonna live in a farm in Westfall now. I love the idea that they had to change it because someone out there is too empathetic to click it. There must be a hunter out there that never ever kills beasts and only kills like humanoids. And mainly just like picks flowers and tames beasts and brings them back to the college to roleplay. College cottage. It's me. Alright, my firefly died. Oops. Probably someone playing this game for whatever you can imagine. Yeah, you can definitely level to max without killing people. It's been pretty famously done with Gathering. And then nowadays, depending on if you count pet battles as killing people, you can also pet battle your way up. Oh yeah, we found him. Although, it turns out that cave was really not relevant. Where is Flynn? This way. There isn't really much of an origin story for the name. I just liked it. War Within has not been released yet. This is testing. Not Flynn hiding in his own going, shoo, spider, shoo.
Are you thirsty? I'm thirsty.
Oh, he's also got a venom, and we're apparently
Let's get
they're holding out and giving him the antidote. Do you have a favorite new feature of Alpha yet? I like the War Bank. I like having one bank that I can use in all my characters. I think that's going to be fantastic.
What's your story? Watch your back out there.
He says he definitely had everything under control.
Blood or gold?
I will assert.
Oh, okay. Don't let me stop you. Drunk as ever. He is poisoned. Although it does seem like they have reused the drunk Flynn stumbling with bubbles coming out of his face, and they've just made the bubbles green. He was one of my favorite parts about BFA. Yeah, that's just efficient use of existing assets. Any big improvements to UI or gameplay? Largely the same as Dragonflight. The hero talents are brand new. Each, you're going to be able to choose sort of a third, not a third specialization, but like an extra layer to your specialization that gives you some extra buttons to play with. Kind of freshen up your class. But yeah, the basic function of combat is the same as Dragonflight. Stormbringer is apparently out, yeah. All the shamans were, I couldn't actually tell if they were happy about it or not. I think they were just excited that there was something. I think they were just excited to be remembered. Being like, yes, they put out one before the expansion launched. We will have something. They did say that hero talents are evergreen, so they said that we're going to keep them, and they're not just a War Within feature, that they're going to be part of your class forever. I'm kind of a wait-and-see skeptic on that one. I think it's entirely possible that they do keep them around, but I'm curious as to how, if they don't have a new thing to tack on, how they're going to make combat different and fresh every expansion. Because, you know, if we're not going to just keep adding talents to the bottom of the talent tree, we're not going to keep doing different, you know, like, what are they going to do? I guess we'll see. We will find out. I'm always happy when I get remembered as a shaman main. New game system, stealth, which is more a feature. Yeah, I would agree with that. No huge change to combat professions to learn this time around, which, depending on your point of view, is either a great news or terrible news. Do you find AK to be a little claustrophobic or exhausting being underground for so long? Not yet, but I've only been here for an hour. I think it's fine that some of the zones do feel underground. Because, you know, they are. I think that Isle of Dorn and Hallowfall will kind of balance it out. Especially because the capital city is on the surface level. So if you're just like AFKing in between dungeons or whatever, that's something that isn't going to be happening down here necessarily. I'm going to turn the beast tracking off. It's kind of confusing me here. Kitty? Can you leave the rug alone? Well, no, you can't really, can you? Sweetie, what if you come sit with me? Yeah. She's in a mood today. Your loyal subjects need you, but Mom! Moose does a really good but Mom. Sometimes he'll be like really worked up and doing his best to settle down, but he's having a hard time, and he'll like jump up on the couch and he'll be like digging at the cushions, and he's not allowed to do that. So I'll be like, Moose, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna lose couch privileges for a bit. You're gonna have to get off the couch, and then he does it again, and you're like, all right, you gotta get off, and then he's like, no, and he like falls on his back and he sticks his feet in the air and he looks at you and he's like, but please look, I'll be good. And then he'll lay down, and you're like, wow. The moment for that was 5 minutes ago. You did this to yourself, yeah. And then I make him get off the couch for like 5 whole minutes until he settles down, and then he can get back up. No, you still have to make him get off the couch, otherwise you're just messing around. It's harder to get him off the couch when he's dead waiting like that, but you can do it, and then he pouts. And then, you know, ultimately, hopefully he learns something. It's really cute, though. When you're asking him to do something, and he knows what you want, and he doesn't want to do it, but he knows he has to do it, he does, like, this... like, he has a really good, like, exasperated teenager dog sigh. Very heavy, I heard. He's pretty heavy. He's a decently big dog. He's not enormous, but I think that's because we know some dogs that live in the area that, like, are, like, enormous. So he, by default, seems just like a normal dog. It's just like me. He also will just, like, walk up to you and stand there, and you'll be like, what is it, Moose? What do you want? And he'll kind of look at you, and then he'll just burp really loudly. Like a really long one. I've never had a dog that burped before to the extent that Moose does, but he totally burps. And it's... like, he makes a big show of it, too. Come up, put her head on the armrest, try to look sad. My little puppy's 156 pounds. My goodness. Convinced she's a lap dog. That would be rest in peace to the lap in question. New AC works great. Nice. He's getting used to the fact that while he's blowing his coat, I will habitually, like, pick the tufts of fur that he's losing out of his coat, and he gets worked up because he wants to eat them. Like I'll pull out a tuft of fur and he'll be like, "Mom," and he'll be like, "Oh," and I'll have to like get it away and like throw it out before he can consume it, because for whatever reason this puppy wants to eat his own hair and will just find clumps of it and go, and it's weird. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish with that one, but it is something that I have to stay on top of.
Let's get
It doesn't seem to do him any harm. It goes right through him, but like, why? For what?
see you around.
Does Moose weigh more or less than half of you? I'll tell you that Moose weighs 33.3 kilograms, and that's the end of what I'll tell you. Moose trying to recycle. He just likes the fuzzy texture because he does the same with moss. He's let it go with the moss now. In freedom units, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 73 pounds. Moose, not me. Cat does it too. It's to mask any leftover scent that can show predators where they are. No, well, he's got his work cut out for him then. Yeah, he's a pretty big pup. A great day. What are some of the other big dogs that we see around? There's a Newfie that's an absolute monster, like a wonderful dog, huge. Oh, my pet died again. There's like this poodle looking thing that is the size of like a car. not a car, a bike. It's like, I don't know what else is involved in the breed of that dog, because it basically looks like a poodle if a poodle was a horse. I have a husky wolf mix. He's huge. Tunnels through me for a loop and a half. Thought you were in Meldraxis. It does, like, this area feels very Meldraxis. There's a lot, I absolutely agree. Made friends with a Newfoundland once. His name was Bentley, and he was 180 pounds. I love my dog to pieces, and I'm really glad I have one. But I feel like one dog and one cat is like the ideal amount of mammals for me to be in charge of. I think that's about where I cap out. Need a second cat so your first cat has a friend. I'm her friend. Also, I don't know if she would want another cat friend. She's never, ever lived with a cat. She's lived with dogs. She's never lived with another cat. And I think it might be difficult for her to do introductions because she can't see. So any kind of body language cues would go right by her. All right, but 2 of each is really your limit. So we're drawing the line at 3. Thing for my partner and I are max when I'm out of school is 2 of each. What about reptiles? I saw a little lizard. I saw a little gecko-looking thing. I don't know. It was one of the dry ones, not wet. On the brick outside, and it was really fast. And I like they scuttle. Once you have 3 of each, you may as well get 4. My dream and ultimate goal in my life right now is to get my life and myself matched. I want to be able to handle my life, and I want my life to be something I can handle. And I'm trying to sync those 2 things up. So, which means maybe getting my life a little more manageable and getting my managing up a little bit. Meet in the middle somewhere. What am I doing? I do not know. Maybe there's role-playing going on. Monty Gaslow's here. What was I doing? It's a long story. Tell me about it. I was defending against one of the Nerubian attacks. Quite effectively, I might add. Alright.
Business is booming.
Oh, there we go. This seems kind of funny. One affectionate cat. One cat was ill and old. We ended up with 3 affectionate cats. Now there's a great deal more time spent patting them. Going from 2 to 3, if that makes sense. I am going to take a short break, and when I come back, I want to read this because it seems funny. Okay. Let's see here. Has anyone read Cinder's Spires? Jim Butcher. I haven't. Great take on cats. Alright, so this quest, I need to let Anubizal spray me with pheromones. Gross. I will provide you with my pheromone scent mark. It will keep my loyal soldiers from attacking you. It marks you as mine. And the quest is called I Think I'm a Drone Now. Yeah, I am still reading Terry Pratchett. I think I'm getting towards the end of Interesting Times. I feel like it must be over soon. Why are these pheromones so gross? Will allow limited access in Siegehold. Alright. My mark will keep you relatively safe except from Zekval's guards. Make the most of it, but take care. I see. We've got Nerubian politics. Love Terry Pratchett. I'm enjoying it so much. It's such a comfy, fun thing to read. There's such there's no radius on that. Usually there's like a radius. Notice Nelpha, you don't pick one piece of gear from quests. The gear doesn't... The item level's kind of wonky in that none of this gear seems like upgrades over the stuff they put your template character in, so... Is fantasy your favorite book genre? I guess so. I also have read and collect, like, a lot of, kind of personal development books, but I don't know if I like those so much as I'm... You know, like... maladaptively attached to the fantasy of if I could just read the right piece of wisdom, my life would work better, and that I would be a more together functioning person that doesn't get in my own way as much. And I think I've read enough of those books now to realize that I'm the problem, it's me, and that there's really, all of these books, they have decent wisdom in them, but like at a certain point you're not going to read anything that's going to make you any different than you were after you read the first, like, 30 of them. I do love getting sold a fantasy, though. They always start out so hopeful. Like, listen, I was like you once. And then I learned the trick, and now I'm like me, which is like you, but rich and with a hot wife. The only one. Love the WoW references. Just like you once, and then I wrote a book.
A little overcrawled.
I watched a movie last night called Downsizing that I had never heard of before. It was like a sci-fi comedy drama with Matt Damon about a world in which people are able to be shrunk to be like this tall and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it was actually like really good. I actually really liked it. I was a little confused about where we were going in the middle of it, but I actually at the end of the movie I was really glad I watched it. But man, I feel like on one hand, I'm like, how have I never heard of this before? how is this the first time that I'm like happening across it? And then on the other hand, I'm like, what were you like scouring movie listings when this movie came out in 2017 or whatever? No, of course not. You can't be surprised you've never heard of stuff when you live under a rock. That's the agreement that you make with the rock when you get underneath it. Hey Hazel, how's it going? Hello Marisol. It's going pretty good. Can't complain. How are you? How do you like the new zones compared to the Dragonflight ones? I like the Dragonflight zones a lot, actually. These so far are good. I like the visuals of the first and third one better, but that's predictable because I like places that are sunny and pretty and not so much that are dark and dangerous, and you know, video games like to make you go dark and dangerous places sometimes. It's the agreement that you make with the rock written in stone. Contracts with rocks. Oh. Oops. I wasn't supposed to come in here. I've gotten kind of sidetracked. Am I still smelly? Do I still have pheromones? Can I dismiss and then feign death? Okay. Yeah, you can turn a lot of them into crabs. Here, I'll toggle it back on. Arachnophobia mode. There you go. Well, crabs, lobsters, you know. Potato, potato. Ring Deeps felt small, not done cooking. I liked a lot of what was going on in there. It didn't feel super small to me, but it definitely was the zone that was the most broken. When I was in there. And then give me my pet back. That's funny. Bubbles is a spider that I tamed, but with the arachnophobe mode on, he becomes a crab, and then his name makes more sense. There he is. Well, spider's a strong word, but his classification is apparently spider. Early hope, like PFA, they update older zones too.
You buying or selling? Plenty more where that came from.
Oh man, now we're stealing other people's pheromones. There must be somewhere in this game a goblin Dibbler character that is like a Discworld reference. There has to be. There just must be. Something about too many legs. Common house centipede in Ontario that makes spiders a blessing. Oh. This is the fourth zone that you level through, yeah. It's also the one that has the raid in it, I believe. I think. Just keep layering the smells on top of each other. Don't wash the previous one off. You just gotta go rolling it. I've never seen any of the Discworld movies. And I'm not sure who Sean... Is Sean Astin, Sam? Maybe I do know who he is. Look so bad. Thanks for the 14-month resub. They really bug me. There's also Rudy. I don't think I've seen whatever that's from. But I have seen The Lord of the Rings. Also, I heard, and I didn't read, so I don't know for what, but I heard that Peter Jackson's going to make more Lord of the Rings movies. And I guess my question is, of what, and also for what? I guess just, something to do. It's a sports movie, but a guy who wanted to play college football, but everyone told him he was too small. For money, yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah. Are any of us excited about it, or are we all pretty much on the same apprehensive, vaguely scoffing vibe?
Here's reward.
To wash out the taste of Rings of Power.
Let me know if you need a crew.
The hunt for Gollum, we're scoffing hard. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll see it. I might even see it in theaters if I'm still on my going to see movies in theaters kick by then. Can I ride in the cart? I thought the Hobbit movies were alright. I think there was just some kind of special magic about the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, though, that is... It feels impossible to get back and to do again. Hobbit movies would have been better. There was only 2 of them and not 3. Speak to the gate minder. Oh, hi, kitty cat. Are you ready to come up?
Wait, are your orders from Azj-Kahet, or new is all? But they look like... never mind. Go ahead. Don't report me.
In a world where Lord of the Rings doesn't exist, the Hobbit movies were fine, but since it's compared to and held to the same standard, they're not great. I would agree with that, yeah. Book edits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember in the last one being kind of frustrated with the characters and with the pacing of the plot. You didn't like the love story between the dwarf and the elf?
I only
Toriel
deal
and
with
what's
the
his
best.
face?
Where there's risk, there's
Oh
reward.
man. I don't think I loved it either, but I've also come to accept that I like different things from movies than I used to, and that I'm just old and cranky now. The only romance I'm here for is apparently between J-Lo and the math teacher. Hazel, have you thought of just not being old? What would be probably more applicable just if I thought of not being cranky, but it's one of those things that happens as you get older. How's the new zone? It seems fun so far. I like the Nerubian interplay. I'm not following it super closely, but there seems like some interesting politics. Some cool spookiness and stuff. Some things to burn with fire, always good. I am both 66 and cranky. Oh man, I'm crunchy. I had a dream. And in part of it, I remember being like, man, I'm just going to stay in this room and not wake up, because I had moved into like a pretty new place that had these huge windows that had a big view of like ocean and like harbor for some reason. And there was an enormous desk that was already there. And I remember in this dream thinking I could stream here and I could have an ocean view in my stream background. And wouldn't that be just neat? Which I feel like in real life I wouldn't do because it would make you really easily doxable. But I remember thinking that this would be like the coolest place ever to stream from. And I was excited even though all of the finishes and carpets and walls were beige because I don't know, I was just excited that it was mine. Was Arwen and Tariel played by the same actress? Oh, I remembered that. That made me remember the thing that... No. Okay. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. I remember watching and thinking that, that the CGI that they were using to digitally de-age, like, Orlando Bloom and the other people that were in the original movies, because, you know, thematically it was like a prequel, right? So, like, they had to look younger, even though it was 20 years later. Made them look freaky into Instagram. I didn't really like that. Legolas's face in the Hobbit movies kind of freaked me out. And I wasn't a fan. Because it was pretty obvious next to other actors that weren't in those older movies that they didn't have to work on as much, that something was just off. Lenses were extra blue in The Hobbit. Mm-hmm. So we're less than a week away from Remix now, right? Because it comes out on Thursday. This is, I was thinking about what am I going to do to help prevent repetitive stress injury during Remix, because I feel like I want to play a lot, but my hands aren't what they used to be. Weights is usually the answer to that. Well, weights and breaks. And also maybe I should like reconfigure my desk a little bit and make some effort to, I don't know, sit vaguely straight. Maybe adjust my chair so that, because your arms are supposed to be kind of parallel from your elbows to your wrists, right? So I would probably need to like, sorry, kitty cat. Get down here a little bit. Go back to bouldering, work on the squeezers. Maybe one day. I don't know. Why pay for exercise when can exercise for free? What if I do as many things in my life for free as I can, like as I can get away with, and then at the end of my life, any extra money that I have, I can bury under my house and then leave cryptic clues in like a treasure hunt for like, you know, enterprising children and cats to do. Why pay for pet toys when they have fun with Stick? Also a good point. At a certain point, I stopped buying toys for Kira and I would just crumple up pieces of paper from a notebook for her because that was all she wanted. The money's always inside the cat tree. If you had a side business as a gardening person, you could do something you love and get exercise. And get paid. This is true. Yeah, I guess I'm done with these quests. I kept thinking that there was something in the cave that I needed to go see. But I think I was being led aside by this spyglass graphic, which, as I've come to understand, is just kind of like a little lore dump. They're just little notebooks you can read. Plus, it looks like it's outside anyway. Maybe even farther outside than this. We had one cat, hated cardboard because they would shred it. To the horror of her sisters. The others would love to sit in the boxes, but one would destroy it around them. Oh man, that's funny. I think Moose would shred cardboard if I would let him, but I don't let him do it because I know that he'll eat it, and it doesn't seem like something I should encourage him to do. It does mean that I have to occasionally close the doors to cover the recycling bins out of his reach, because otherwise when he gets really bored he'll just like trot over to them and stick his head in the bins and go shopping. Think of cardboard like processed wood. He doesn't eat the sticks though. That's the reason I let him play with them, is because he doesn't eat them. He'll spit them out. Cardboard and paper he will actually consume. He will swallow it. I've seen him do it. Heaven forbid he finds a paper napkin that has like food smell on it. Nothing's gone. There you go. I did it. What a beautiful gift.
Do not waste my time.
Freelance war scribe. My friend's puppy destroys Amazon boxes. They say he hates Jeff Bezos.
On your way.
It's a trade town to the southeast. Try some of Corby's barbecue while you're over there.
Hit the
All right.
road. Move it.
Her ladyship has laid on some really strange bat. Spies reported it behaving more like a person than a bat. We think it might have a druid. Head out there and take a look, and then
The road.
something business. I use she, her pronouns. They should be in my about me section. There's also a Twitch extension that some people, including myself, use that attaches them. I guess it wouldn't say anything if I wasn't in chat, but you can add your pronouns to your Twitch ID. Druids becoming bats, druids becoming ducks. What's the world coming to? Druids have been being bats for ages. That's not new. We've had troll druids batting around for a long time. I want to go check out the barbecue. Hi, kitty cat. Oh, I didn't turn on my lamp today. I didn't even notice I had my window open. I wish I could become a worm as a druid. Oh, is this the Nerebar lower? Azj-Kahet. Oh, cool. It's like a nested map.
A king is only as noble.
Hey, we found somebody.
A just cause is always worth fighting for. Safe journey to you. Be
I think I need to go poke around and look for some side quests. Ooh, is that the raid entrance? Or is that a delve entrance? Or is it none of the above? It's cool looking. Eh? Alright. Neat. Worked for me. Can I actually leave here? If I just like fly out this way. Where's the barbecue? There's the bats. Trade partners. barbecue over here. We need more gnomes in the player base. You gotta tell people to stop booting them around. You'd have more gnomes, but we keep losing them with other soccer balls and sporting equipment. Are they like the 30-minute timer teleport network you unlock in Dragonflight? Oh. It was a peculiar one because it didn't, on initial blush, seem like it took me very far. But I think I don't fully understand how this zone is, like, connected together. Well, this is, I'm
Plenty more where that came from.
I've gone back in time, but not very far. I'm just in Loam. I'm in Marl. It's not Loam. It's different. Hello.
Hey, looking for work? Business is booming.
Thanks for catching up.
Where there's risk, there's reward. Business is booming.
These Niffin have been down here a long time, and long enough to build a village and set up trade with the Nerubians. Some of them are even able to trade in the big Nerubian city. The goblins, though, from Venture Co., no wonder General Noob is always skeptical of me. What are they doing all the way down here? Learn what you can. Okay.
Plenty more where that came from.
Purple glitter or teal metallic? Yeah, teal. First time going in one took me from Halifal to the first zone. This is the war within Alpha. People like us who made gnomes maybe make enough gnome malts to make up for it. I don't know why I'm surprised to find Niffin down here. I mean, we are underground. It does make sense.
What's up? Glad I could help.
Glad Niffin weren't a 1x back race. Excited to see Gaslow again. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want? That's it. I got mouths to feed, pal.
Most of his customers are Venture Co. Every day is another story about a bad boss. Jenny Boombuckle's the name I hear a lot, but they keep Corby in business. And then there's just a Niffin sitting on the bar named Blossom. And she says, these drinks are too strong for me. I just like to smell them. And she's got like a pina colada. She's got a little coconut drink. Tell you, I love the Niffin. You just go to a bar, grab a drink, sniff away. This is Greg from Pool Boys LLC. I keep the pool to a reasonable level of filthy. What can you tell me about the goblins here? It's just a subsidiary of Venture Co. Everyone here toes the line whether they admit it or not. Apparently there is a GG vendor around here who's quite controversial for what they sell. Huh. Well, if I see him, I'll take a look. Oh, hi, sweetie. Don't think she's named for Blossom, the TV character from the 90s. I couldn't say. I've not seen the show, so I don't know if there's any other corollaries. It's also spelled differently.
Interesting.
Are you in charge here?
Anything.
Yeah, I'm the boss. You got a problem? Too bad. I don't care. Alright, go off. Nothing ventured. At least they're willing to talk to you. Alright.
Business is booming.
You want to help the venture company and you don't mind being disposable? Listen up. When we moved in here, there were no monsters in town, but now we're finding dead workers chewed up. It's bad for business. Got a way to make money off this. An electrocution helmet. I call it my debugger hat. Take the latest model for a test run outside town, kill the bugs, and if we'll see you, see the debugger hat at work, and know it's got good reviews.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Oh, didn't see you there, buddy. Be smelling ya.
Are there any Nerubians hanging out around here, or is it just these guys going to the Nerubian city to trade? The rock bottom. Hello, Hazel. Hope you're having a good one. Hello, Atomic Panda. Thank you very much. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing good too. Okay, I want to know if this electrifying helmet actually does anything, or if I'm just supposed to, like, wear it. Deals damage to the nearest current enemy target, jumping to nearby targets with unpredictable results. There we go. Does something. May also jump to non-test creatures. Oh, does it, like, pull stuff? What do the circles under the question mark above quest giver's head mean? I think that means that it's a quest in progress that I haven't turned in yet. Like, I haven't finished it yet. It's a new... They've also got it over here on the quest that I still need to do requirements for. It's part of their overhauled quest icon thing. Looks like ZC so much. Yeah, this area very much so. Yeah.
I'm out of range.
I didn't understand it at first either. At first I thought it was like combo points that I needed to fill up because I happened to be doing like a Simon Says quest at the time. And then I thought that that maybe like the bubbles would fill as I progress the quest, but no, it's just means that you're not done yet. More to say.
It's not ready yet.
I mean, this hat works pretty good. I think the point of the quest is supposed to be that I'm advertising faulty machinery that doesn't do what it's supposed to, but it seems to do a great job. It's been frying these bugs. You know what I haven't done yet? Maybe in another 15 minutes or so I'll pivot from questing and I'll go look for... There are delves down here. There's one up here called the Spiral Weave. There's one down here called the Underkeep. May or may not be it. Oh, and then there's one called the Takrathon Abyss. Yeah, so we've got at least 3 different delves to try. Hazel got sold on the faulty machine. I mean, did you see it go? It's kind of awesome. No.
I need a target.
That's a dead bug if I've ever seen one. Last night the dells were turned off. Oh. Maybe I should give it a go before I get too excited about it then. The delves in the most recent zone were very finicky. The one where you were trying to jump onto the mushrooms to get around, Bran would not come with me very reliably. I had to yoink him along with life grip like every step of the way. And before people mention Blizz job postings. What do you mean? Yeah, not available. Nope. Alright, check back later. It's probably too much to hope for that any of the other 2 would work. But just for argument's sake. Just to say that I tried. May as well. Good practice getting around the zone. Ooh, what's going on over there? High Hollow's carriage. Is it like a bus? I've always felt these zones could use more public transit. Oh. It is a bus. Or, yeah. Maybe it's like the Revendreth one. Nice. The bug bus. Alright, doesn't seem like I'm going anywhere in a hurry. I thought he's just realized that he's got a stowaway that's not... Oh, no, we're off. Blizzard's new PvE game. Could Titan be rising from the ashes? I thought Overwatch was Titan rising from the ashes. It's the alpha. Buggy. Alright, I'm getting off this bus. Okay. Let me take a look. Let me take a look at this news. Just so we all know what we're talking about. Blizzard hiring several positions for unannounced PvE game. I feel like we've been here before. I guess this time they haven't released any concept art for it. Lacking identifying details, not even clarifying whether it's brand new or existing IP. Notices for several high-level positions, including creative director, narrative director, principal animator. Project Titan was famously cancelled after more than 7 years of development, although Overwatch was born from its ashes 2 years later. More recently, the unannounced survival game was cancelled after a rumored 6 years of development. The Overwatch 2 PvE mode was likewise cancelled. Oh yeah, they made a whole post about it. At Blizzard, we craft genre-defining games and legendary worlds for all to share. Yeah, we're in search of a creative director. They will oversee narrative and visual design, guiding story and world creation for the unannounced project. Qualified candidates will have demonstrated experience in establishing and guiding creative leadership teams from initial concept to release. Hybrid work positions, some work on site, some work from home. Home studio is in Irvine. Oh, at least they haven't like promised the game yet. Where was I going? Oh yeah, I was gonna go get denied to 2 more delves. That's right. Thought Titan was the survival game. Read the article wrong. I was going... So that's where the raid entrance is. Oh, should we just go look and see what it looks like? If I can ever learn how to drive this thing. Ooh. Thank you, Chima. Cool. Nearbar Palace. Yeah. I like that. I think that's neat. Underkeep. That's the next one that they're gonna not let me into. Maybe we'll just run there for a little while to let the bird get some juice back. Oh, this is a cool model. That is like a very humanoid looking Nerubian. Also, it's gonna kill me. On a side note, I'm going to die. Those are the ones everyone wants to play. Yeah, those things are sick. I would make one of those. I don't know if I would, you know, like, play it every day, but I think they're cooler than Earthen. Can I play one? I think I would take that over a Heronir too, given the option. Just me. I don't have any food, do I? No. Okay. So must be farther down? Ah, here it is. Here's the entrance to the delve. And indeed, not available for testing. Well, at least we checked. Maybe we can go back and keep working on the smell sage branches. I'm a little bummed by that. I was kind of hoping that they would be. I guess the other thing that I haven't tried doing is there would be new dungeons. We've got Arakara, City of Echoes, and City of Threads. I forgot to queue. Normally I usually like to queue at the top of the stream. I completely forgot to do that, but we can sit and queue for a little bit, just in case it happens to pop in the next, like, hour. I'm torn on the arachnophobia option. I feel like it dumbs down the game. There's always the world in which you don't turn it on, and then you never have to think about it again in your whole life. You know, it's like, that's something you can do. You don't have to use it. Smell sage branches. All right, back at it. Solidly pro crab. Don't mind there being quality of life options that don't benefit me directly. Yeah, that's basically what it boils down to, I think. What if all of the people that previously had been unable to participate in raids and dungeons due to arachnophobia, now that they're able to play, they're really good and they're coming for your raid spot. Sorry, we can't bring you to raid today. You know, it turns out that Jim had a real thing with spiders, but now he can play, and he's awesome, and we just like him better than you. So I'm sorry you're benched. We've had a good run, but now that we've got those people back on board, we don't need you anymore. So the snails are actually in the zone, but there is a filter that you can turn on in the general accessibility settings that turns the spiders into crabs and other sea creatures. Replaces spiders with alternative creatures. This does not affect gameplay or difficulty. Absolutely true. Skyrim, a mod replace spiders with bears. I don't think it does anything to the sounds. I might be wrong, but I don't think it does anything to the sounds. They can have the raid spot. More time for BGs. They need to do snakes next. I hate snakes. I met a new player through newcomer chat that said they would need to quit trying the game because they could not go in the spider cave in Exile's Reach. Yeah, I think it's a good option to have in the game. There's a lot of ways that people will pick fights with it. I just think it's a weird thing to pick a fight over. I was gonna say, man, the only drawback to that bug zapping helmet was that it would sometimes pull the snails, but I'm starting to think that I was the thing pulling the snails. 15 years ago, the spider cave in the Night Elf starting zone terrified me. I like spiders, I like crabs, but have we thought of making them bunnies? I went to the druid shrine to get my travel form. With all the happy critters around the shrine, turn in quest dinged. All the critters died. Crabs are really interesting and really delicious. Although when confronted with a crab that I like, I usually will choose to just hang out with it over eating it. I say, as a thing that happened one time. I was at the beach and there was like a big crab that was like large enough to legally like harvest and take home and eat. And you know, he was right there. You could have just, you know, picked him up and been like, this is dinner. But I was just watching him for a long time.
Glad I could help.
And he was very interesting. He or she. I didn't flip him over to check. Filter works for old content too. Excited to see fun pictures of crabs in weird places from the old zones. I loved the one. Somebody that was initially testing the filter got a really great screenshot of my Exna. just an enormous crab in my Exna's lair in Nexramus. Just so funny. Do hope the raid crabs look cool. Find the problem. Investigate the pool area. I'm used to dealing with the additives in our swimming hole and keeping things at marginally safe levels, but spiders emerging to chew us to death, that's a hard pass. This is our place. Why are they bugging us? I get it.
Well, hello there, traveler.
Hey, you looking for work?
Burn it with fire. Hang on, I need to look at his outfit a little more closely. He has the finest fleece-lined vest with what appears to be like a padlock buckle. And then his little hat with the glasses on it.
You
Man, my
buy
guy.
it or sell it?
He's living. See you later. Do you know what class you want to play in the new expansion? Yeah, I'm gonna be a priest still. I'm gonna be a gnome, holy / shadow priest. Depending on what people need from me. I was starting to rethink whether or not I wanted to start with priest in Panda Remix or not. Mainly on account of shadow not being the fastest thing to level with. I guess it's fine, doesn't really matter.
Let me know if you need a crew.
Magical Leaf, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Healing this patch makes me want to just go DPS. I liked healing well enough, although I didn't really heal anything higher than like an 8.
Your name on it.
Burn the pillar nest hearts, replace the incense in the marble
Plenty
cave.
more where that came from.
It's occurred to me I can't make fun of Monty Gaslow's vest. Not that I would, because it's fire. But I also own a fleece vest. It doesn't have like a sick buckle on it. But I got a great big long fleecy vest. And it's kind of the comfiest thing ever. I like healing for the gameplay of it, but I really like healing when I feel like somebody needs me to. So whenever enough other people want to heal that I don't think anybody needs me to heal, it does kind of a number on my motivation to play, because healing pugs is really no fun. I'll do it, and I have done it, and I'll do it again, but it's not getting me out of bed in the morning. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello, Jeffrey. How are you doing today? Yeah, I turned on arachnophobe mode to check it out again. Here we can turn it back off. So these guys are skitterflies, and then they become blood beasts. Good marksmanship next X pack. Need more pew in my life. We get you out of bed in the morning. Also, cured moose. Factually true. I think that if I didn't have stream at a regular scheduled time every morning, I would have a harder time getting out of bed. And I would consequently be more depressed than I am. The dog's also a good one. You know, you gotta get out of bed. Dog's gotta go outside. Not optional. Has to happen. Works so well, it's amazing. I like that it doesn't require a reload. I don't know why that tickles my fancy so much, but you just flip it on, flip it off. Wonder if any game has turned spiders into like a cardboard picture of a spider instead. Slides around. Heading out. Have a great day. See you later, Mr. Sonic Jin. Okay, that flamethrower. I need it.
Be good.
We'll leave it stinky for now. Thank you for that violent but effective solution, friend. Stink violence. Everybody's happy. I love Pool Boys LLC. Try not to ingest any of the pool water. It's ultra sanitary, but also kind of poisonous. Oh, dude. Irradiated swimmer. Irradiated swimmers. Woo! Ah, the water doesn't debuff you. I was kind of hoping it would. There we go. $19.20 IO score. Mythic Plus is a healer and only pugs. Really not feeling it anymore. I just want KSM so I can enjoy Pandemonium next week. Yeah. Yeah, you're almost there. You got it easy. I'm so curious as to how time running works out. Like how Mop Remix actually like plays out in the long run. Like I'm really excited to play. I think I'm going to go in real hard. I'm just so curious. Does it have staying power? How do people think about it? Like, is it gonna work really well? Are the groups like, what's the group content gonna feel like? How are we gonna ruin this for each other? You know, when it's all said and done and come and gone and over, how are we gonna think about it in retrospect? I refuse to stress myself out in M+ anymore. Not sure I want to go for portals. Don't want to fill my vault with myth track items anymore because I went too hard for the first week. Yeah. I'm, at this point, I will show up to raid, but I'm otherwise retired. Actually, that's not true. If my friends want me to do keys, I will do them, but that's because I like my friends, not because I feel like I need to do any more keys. Yeah, there's a Niffin town in the new zone. It's not Loam, it's Marl, which is different. Because reasons. Thing that I'd be scared about is that the raids will be crazy blastable like they were in PTR. So besides being good for leveling alts, there's not endgame. Yeah, I'm interested to see what... Because I only really tried the LFR on the PTR. I didn't try any normals. I do think that content is going to kind of fall over. I don't think there's gonna... Like, I think mechanics will matter, but I don't know if it's gonna be like... If there's gonna be progression rating. And beyond that, I don't know if there should be. I don't know. We'll see. It's for my specific interest. Yeah. Because they said that, you know, you do harder content, you're going to get more bronze for doing it. So it seems like the best way to farm out the cosmetics is to do the hardest content that you feel confident doing. But I'm just kind of curious as to how hard the hardest content is actually going to be when you get all of that power and all those gems and stuff. I want to play a mushroom. How do you feel about Ready Player One style VR? Wow. I feel like that's the only thing that would, to me, justify, like, kind of starting fresh or making, like, a sequel or something would be, like, a fully VR MMO. It's something I've kind of always wanted ever since I got the wrong message from, Sword Art Online. Ever since I watched Sword Art Online and the central premise went right over my head, I really wanted to have a fully properly immersive VR MMO. However, I don't know if I would be able to actually play. I get horrifically motion sick from like cars and stuff, you know, movies with too much swooping is no good. First person games are no good. I think that VR would be maybe possible for me to adjust to, but a real tough go. And I would be sad if it was like awesome, but just made me really sick and everybody else was playing it and I was left behind in meat space. Looking for a new job. You know, they'd come up with something to deal with those motion issues. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean it would fix it for everybody or that it would make it good enough to be playable. Maybe, but it's certainly not a guarantee. And VR is, like, famous for being really... Like, the premise of it, I think, is the thing that makes it motion sickness inducing. Your inner ear is just not synced with what your senses are giving it. And it just makes you ill. Visited my BF to play in his VR. Was looking forward to playing Skyrim. Only able to play in 20-minute increments before being unbelievably motion sick. Yeah. Yeah, maybe one day it'll they'll find a way around that, but I don't know. If we're plugging stuff directly into our brains, I might have some concerns. No. That's not where we're at. Needing lightweight goggles. Current VR tech gives me a headache. I have to ask, have you given the no clucks given NPC? I don't think so. I can't wait for my brain to stream Snickers hats. Man, the Cobas are so cool. I know they're just like tall murlocs, but I love them. They're fantastic. I've only been pugging Mythic Plus since I started. Don't know if I want to do it that much, especially for KSM. Yeah. I think it'll get easier and easier to get as the season progresses. Because your gear will get stronger and general player power and just generally people remembering and understanding the dungeons will get stronger. And you only really need to do like 5s, 6s. So you don't have to ever deal with the second affix. But, you know, it's not like it's a life-changing mount or anything like that. It's a completely acceptable thing if you decide it's not for you and you don't really need it. I think that's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling myself for the Vicious mount this season. It's neat, but I think I'm good. I think I'm okay. I think I'm gonna have to learn to let some of them go. This week with the Incorp affix, harder to deal with than last week's Entangling. Kind of depends on the classes in your group and how on the ball people are. Hunters and Demon Hunters are great because they can do it instant cast. And Hunters can even like pre-do it. you can pre-cast a trap over where it's going to spawn. Problem solved. I like Incorp a lot. I know that's not a common opinion, but I think that Incorp and Afflicted are both fun. I like that they make you dig into your utility toolkit and you feel rewarded for having utility buttons that you have handy. There's not a lot of things in I don't know. I like them. I also liked bursting though, or explosive. Like I like whack-a-mole type affixes, and it's just like Spiteful and Incorp are both whack-a-mole but with different buttons. I would take any of the affixes twice over before I take Spiteful on purpose. I hate Spiteful, and I can't believe that they've killed so many other things and they haven't killed Spiteful. I think Bursting and Spiteful are the worst. I didn't like, I wasn't such a big fan of like Sanguine and Necrotic. Melee absolutely hated Spiteful. I miss Shrouded. Alchemical potions collected. Go down the Whispering Cliffs, collect any bottles that haven't broken open. Gotcha. Spooky Snacks, welcome back. Thank you for the 50-month resub 5-0. Insomnia's kicked in hard, so yay for 4 a.m. to catch Hazel. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you're up, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much. If you want, you can pretend that you're here and that it's 11 a.m. and that it's a bright, sunshiny time to be awake. Old Sanguine and tight hallways was so obnoxious. I used to really underestimate how much it would hurt me to walk over existing Sanguine when I was a ranged and I got myself kind of boxed into a corner, and then I would get myself absolutely decked trying to catch up. How's the feel of Azj-Kahet so far? It's definitely the most kind of underground feeling zone that we've had. It's neat though. I like the characters and the races that we're encountering here. I like the vibe. I think it's interesting. It's not as pretty as Hallowfall, but Hallowfall is pretty cool. Down the cliffs, down the cliffs. Sanguini. The Sanguini depths. We just started calling them the Linguini depths. Bolstering on tier week used to be horrible too. Old bolstering was gnarly. The newer version of it I don't mind so much. I don't know what I'm going to do for streams this weekend. I feel like we're going to see a lot of the questing from the zone today. Next week, we'll have to deal on Wednesday. We'll have to do something on Wednesday that's not remix. And probably not alpha, just because it'll be the same build. Potion of many-limbed strength. Show off potions. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think that I miss the seasonal affixes. I'm kind of glad we're done with those. I think that changing up the dungeon pool is a much nicer way to keep things fresh than just having the same dungeons over and over again with like slightly different seasonal affixes. Some of them were incredible though. Yeah, I know they had some really popular ones for sure.
I can't attack that. I can't attack that target.
Sometimes I think that the power's blinked and that's why my light's gone out, and then I realize I'm pretty sure it's because a bird flies past the window and blocks out the sun for a split second. You get like big crows and seagulls around here, and they fly pretty close to the buildings.
I don't have a target. I can't attack that.
Oh, if they don't want to get rid of affixes as some are calling for, how would you feel about them removing the current affixes and doing a rotation of the better seasonal affixes? Yeah, I don't think I would mind it. I think that would be fine. I think I'm also fine with how it is. I'm pretty laid back when it comes to that kind of thing. I usually am happy to give a try to whatever it is that they've done. I was too afraid to try Mythic Plus, worried some people will be rude to me. If it helps in any way, I know a lot of people that feel that way. It's not just a you thing. That's a pretty common sentiment. It stops a lot of people. Doesn't make it any easier to go in and do it because it's absolutely a possibility. People are frequently insensitive and hostile online, but it stops lots of people from playing. Hazel, what if we had a farm patch and the seasonal affix were vegetables that came to life and were armed with gardening tools to help us fight? Oh, I thought you meant we had to, like, the vegetables came to life and we're armed with kitchen tools, and it's like the Swedish Chef minigame in Muppets Inside where you've got like a blender and you're scrambling the eggs and stuff. Lived once on the beach at the 6th floor. Pelicans would fly by at window level. Oh, that is cool. Oh, man. I would love to live close to the ocean like that. How is BM feeling in Alpha? It's fun. It's fun. I'm in the pack leader hero talent tree right now, which is a very, very passive focused hero talent tree. Which is good if you're not looking to complicate your life too much as BM. I need one more pale weave lasher. Speaking of gardening, Hades 2 has gardening now? Really? I guess that shouldn't surprise me too much. Hello, hope you're well. Thanks, Foxy Loxy. I hope you're doing well too. After this, we should investigate the druid sighting and see what we can learn about that. I'm a little curious. This is pretty. Not all of the... I mean, I know it's like underground, but not all of the zone is super grim and brown. Some of it is grim and green. From what I've heard, people love Hades 2, and I'm quite tempted to buy it. Grim and Green would be a great band name. Oh, hey, we got a dungeon keep up. Come on, people. Aw, man. It's too good to be true. I was only in queue for like 20 minutes. They have extra arms like the Naga do. Their casting animations are really cool. Because they can cast with some arms and threaten menacingly with other ones. Looked at the little kitty big city thing that was mentioned. Actually kind of tempted. I mean, I'm waiting for my health to regen. Video game. Open world playground filled with surprises. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm sure it's cute. I think it's just not really my style of game. It's like Untitled Goose Game, but with a cat. I guess I could just walk by them. Oh, maybe not. Ashes are cool. Wish they'd give it out again. Hello? Oh. Oh, I thought I was supposed to be giving you a potion. I guess not. Love open world sandboxy style things. Playing as an animal is a rare, cool mechanic. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Kind of struggling with my lack of self-healing over here. Hello, would you like this quest objective? I've gotten myself stuck in combat. I'm looking forward to eventually when they add game music to War Within Alpha. I get used to kind of having it on when I'm streaming, and it feels weird without it. There we go. Yeah, the music is good, but I keep my music off. It's like having it on my Garrison because Invincible plays all the time. I mainly listen to game music if I'm streaming or if I'm raiding and I'm really trying to focus. If I'm raiding and I'm just trying to get through the night, then I'll put on some like normal music. And I'll turn game music off. But if I'm trying to like really pay attention and do a good job, usually the first thing I'll do is I'll turn off my outside music. Because if I start vibing too hard, I'm usually not playing as well. And I'll turn on the game music and I'll just like, you know, get into it. Be the priest. Embody the gnome. want to try Destro Warlock. Hey Hazel, what hero talent are you using? Hello, I am currently using Pack Leader hero talents. I've got all the passive ones, which is to say all of them. It's a great BM tree because it makes you do BM things that you were already doing, but sometimes more often. Who's wanting these potions? Are they down? Are they up? Well, they're not up. I can't tell if that's a statue or... They're generally named NPCs. Oh yeah, there is a downstairs in there. Maybe Destrolock is the Pandora remix I'll make. Yeah, Arachnophobe mode is absolutely in. I can show you. You go into Options, General, turn it on there, and then you don't need to reload, and it will, in the War Within, change various spiders into lobsters and crabs and stuff. To regen health faster in a hunter, you can use Camouflage. It stealths and heals passively. Neat. Warlocks are superior to mages. I am really struggling to find the last place to turn in this potion. That's not a real cave. Crabs are just the worst part of spiders, but with claws and more armor. Nah, I think it's really cool. I like it a lot. Yeah, I don't know if I can find this one. Oh, wait, there it is. I wonder if it was just down before. Yeah, I can turn on Dark Ranger for a bit. Here, let me... General... Turn this off. Let's go find a nice, calm place with just normal enemies around that we can fight for a little bit. Maybe if we turn this thing in. It gives you Black Arrow as a spell. Puts a dot onto your enemy, and then there's a bunch of things that kind of combo off of that. So we take Dark Ranger. Our top point here gives you Black Arrow, so it's a 30-second cooldown, and it does damage over time for 18 seconds. Every time it deals damage, you have a 10% chance to get a charge of Barbed Shot. You have a chance to manifest a Dark Hound to charge to your target and deal shadow damage. That's this point under here. Over here gives you Hunter's Prey effect when you apply Black Arrow to a target. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's an existing passive. This is just a straight buff to your Barbed Shot and Kill command, or if you're Marksman, Aim Shot and Rapid Fire. You can have extra focus when Black Arrow resets the cooldown of an ability, or you can have the cooldown of Black Arrow reduced when the target dies. We'll take that one for now. You can heal for all the shadow damage dealt by you or your pets, or you can have Exhilaration give you 3 seconds of Survival of the Fittest, and Survival of the Fittest activates Exhilaration at half effectiveness. Disengage will chain the closest target to the ground, causing them to move 40% slower until they move 8 yards away. You can get yourself extra shadow damage for you and your pets, or you can have Kill Shot get a chance to generate a charge of Barbed Shot when used on a target affected by Black Arrow. Multi-shot hits a target affected by Black Arrow. A burst of shadow energy erupts, dealing moderate damage. ICD of 6 seconds, but a little extra AoE on it. Call the Wild is active. Black Arrow deals damage 50% faster. And Withering Fire is your bottom talent. So when Black Arrow resets the cooldown of Aim Shot or Barbed Shot, a barrage of them will strike your target for shadow damage and increase the damage you and your pets deal by 10% for 6 seconds. So just extra little damage buff. So let's put all that on. We've got Black Arrow on the bar over here. And let's go find something reasonable to fight. So this is what it looks like. There's the little AoE. And I bet if we keep watching long enough, we'll find the Dark Hound. This is definitely a more involved hero talent spec. There's more. You're kind of doing a little bit more, and I like the visuals of it a lot. I find that the pack leader, while being very easy to play in passive, doesn't have very obvious visuals associated with it.
I don't have a target.
I'm watching for the Dark Hound thing. Reminds me a tiny bit of explosive shot when it came out in Kata for survival hunters. Gotta get well on my Steam Deck or else I'll be sad because I'm out of town when Remix comes out. Oh yeah. If you can, I would definitely set that up. That sounds really fun to play on the go. I'm looking for this proc. Remind me what does it? You have, every time Black Arrow deals damage, you have a 10% chance to manifest a Dark Hound to charge to your target. So, should happen if we just watch and wait long enough. Or I guess I'll just, like, mainly... Oh, there it is. There he goes. That's kind of cool. And then I want to see the other one, which is, like, a barrage of Black Arrows from you, which I think is just another proc. The bottom one. When it resets the cooldown of aim shot or barbed shot, a barrage of dark arrows strikes your target for shadow damage. So I want to watch out for that one. I'm sure it's happened already, but I just want to see if I can like notice the visual. Maybe that was it? Maybe not. I like the Dark Hound. It's kind of cool. Right. Let's go do some questing like this. Come on, Dungeon Q. You can do it. Yeah, of course, no problem. Arakara, City of Echoes. Class colors. Even if I'm not healing, it's very important. Can't decide between a warlock and a hunter. I tried to set WoW up with a controller on a different PC just for fun, and I got like real stuck. I found it to be more frustrating. Like I used the add-on that helps with it, and I enabled controller support, and I was just a mess. It didn't go very well for me. Same group, nice. I think I have a guess as to which one is you. I'll try not to do anything to, try not to, like, mess up too much, I guess. Need some catching up. What's your hot take on the alpha? I think it's fun. I think that it looks good. It doesn't represent like a substantial change in like everyday gameplay and questing, or raids and dungeons, but you've got beautiful, fresh new zones and things to explore. The new race is pretty cool. The new storylines and characters and environments are neat. And then the improvements to making things account-wide is just like chef's kiss. It's so good. even if I don't end up, like, I feel like even if I, for whatever reason, randomly, and I don't think this would happen, but even if I randomly just hated raiding in the War Within, which is unlikely, but even if it happened, I could keep myself busy for like 100 years just farming transmog with the new transmog farming changes. And just collecting things for all my characters. Sometimes a dead body is just a dead body. Requires at least 25 skill in Kazalog card tailoring. I wonder what kind of buff you get for that.
I don't have a target.
Excited about the account-wide changes too. Oh, this is another 3-boss dungeon. There's a lot of these dungeons have only 3 bosses. I thought it was only going to be like 1, maybe 2, but this is at least the 3rd one, I think.
I need a target.
4 dungeons have 4 bosses and 4 dungeons have 3 bosses. That's a pretty substantial difference. That's a pretty big change. It looks like this priest is playing Archon. We've got the echoing halos.
I can attack that target. I don't have a target.
I have error speech on.
I need to
A lot of the other hero talent effects are only for the person using them. Whoa, that's a lot of that's a lot going on from that Death Knight. That's cool.
I need a target.
First boss time? Maybe? Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's some big, skinny, knobby, bendy legs. Alright, let's see what this does. Alerting shrill. That sounds like it's going to be ads. Yeah, there they go. That one looks like it's maybe fixating me. Oh. They are CCable. There we go. I learned something. Although that one might have just pulled randomly from the back. I don't know if that was a
I don't have a target.
fight ad. Yep. That becomes a big old crab with arachnophobe mode on. Alright, I'm coming. This will be fun in Mythic Plus, yeah. What's the deal with that guy? He's got a buff on him, granting nearby allies 50% damage reduction within that like web shield. I wonder if we have to pull them out. Or we just kill him first. Would work too. Hulking Bloodguard.
I don't have a target.
And there's another one too.
I can't attack them.
Oh, he's got an alarm shrill. Alright.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Do you prefer 3 boss per dungeon? I think so. I wonder if they're just making dungeons on average shorter. Time to attempt some more sleep. Great to catch you live. I hope you have some lovely restorative rest. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been super excited to sign up for a 5 boss dungeon.
I need a target.
Alright. If there's a Bloodguard involved, I want to be on that one first. Love leveling through dungeons in the older expansions. Ruby Life Pools made me fear 3 boss dungeons. Yeah, that was the first one that kind of reminded me that just because they're short doesn't mean they're easy. Oh, there's a stag shell. It's dead though. 3 to 4 bosses for the beginning expansions, but really had a fun time with the Dragonflight Mega Dungeon. Would not be mad if they kept on with those. That is a good point. I like the Mega Dungeons because it kind of feels like doing a 5-man progression raid when it first comes out and it's really challenging, which is something I've really enjoyed. But then when it comes to actually doing it in key version with a timer, they'd split it in half. I like those a lot. I think they would keep doing them. We've had 1 per expansion for a while now.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Have not seen the Black Arrow AoE proc. It's the AoE one is really subtle. It's just like a little purple boing anytime I multi-shot. So here, I'm going to put Black Arrow on this Bloodguard, and I'll kind of get in close, and then I'll multi-shot. It was just like that little shadow poof underneath it. The arrow barrage I haven't been able to see either. I don't know if the visual's in or if I'm just not noticing it, but the AoE proc on the multi-shot you can see. It's just very small.
I need a target.
Because yeah, it should be when Black Arrow resets the cooldown of aimed shot or barbed shot. But yeah, it's possible that the visual's just not working yet. So if I use all my barbed shots so that I more likely get a reset. Favorite new patch then from the past few expansions? Dark Korthia or Emerald Dream? Aesthetically, you'd think the Emerald Dream would have a big advantage, except for the fact that I didn't actually spend that much. I didn't feel like I wanted to hang out there that much. Like between like the seeds and the super bloom and the emerald frenzy and stuff were all fine on paper, but in practice I don't know, it didn't really do a lot for me. You know what? Zereth Mortis was, I think, my favorite new patch zone from the last while. Zereth Mortis was awesome. I liked the puzzles. I liked that I could smash the puzzles if I couldn't figure them out. I liked Poke. I liked the protoform synthesis. I liked the little chirpy cheepy robots. I would just hang out there and do laps and do treasures and stuff. That was fun. Ho. This is Azj-Kahet. This is our second boss, looks like. Spell called War Stomp. Knocks nearby enemies back. Wow, his dungeon journal's not done yet. He's got Impale. This is like a very Anubarak type of fight. Burrows through a random distant player to the other side of the arena, knocking back enemies in the path. Like some swarms to dodge. I'll put Black Arrow back up in a second. Eye of the Swarm. Oh, I need to get... Oh, I get it. There we go. You get into the Eye of the Swarm because it's like the Eye of the Storm. Oh, makes sense. It looked cool. I like the visual on it. I'm kind of scared to take this lock portal. Bugged again. I wonder if there's trouble getting to the... Oh, the walls won't come down. Do we all have to die? Take the flight path. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Eshel. How are you doing today? All right, yeah, that'll work. No! Don't mind me. I'll be right back. Oh, you really gotta watch your step on those webs. Nothing happened. I'll be right there. I don't know what I was thinking about. Lunch. Oh. Okay. Maybe I thought it was just like a aesthetic hole and not a real one.
I shouldn't attack that target.
This is cool. I am seeing a couple of little purple pops in my character. Maybe that's it. It's pretty subtle if true. Give me Heart of Fear vibes.
I need a target. I don't have a target.
Beating its stun. What does it say the last boss does? Blood workers carry black blood. Any damage taken causes the drone to drop it and flee. Stepping within a pool of spilled black blood causes it to congeal and root you. It can be destroyed to free the player, so don't step in pools. Venom volley. Alright, let's see. Erupting webs. There's a worker. We kill it. And it dropped its blood pool over there, I think. Also, I feel like my pets went on a detour, but I'm not going to ask where they went. Cosmic Singularity looks like a drag in. Whoa. Ow! That hurt really bad. More blood workers. And blood. Just gotta watch your step for it. There we go, we did it. You can use the root for a blowback. Oh, that would make more sense. That would be smart. Thank you. What are your favorite Holy Priest trinkets at the moment? Really like the Smoldering Seedling. Yeah, it's a great one. I had it last season. Right now I'm running a Rashok's Molten Heart and a Ominous Chromatic Essence, and they're nice because I don't have to do anything. Passive trinkets kind of set and forget. But Seedling's always been good. I've been a Seedling truther for a long time. Okay. Well, I think we are close enough to noon that I'm probably not going to get into anything too new and spicy because we're wrapping up in just a minute here. You want to come say hi, bud? Quick visit? Hi, how you doing? How you doing? Hi. He's looking at me like, Mom, are you done? Can we go? Big baby. That's my boy. He is almost... Actually, depending on what date you believe for his birth, it might be his birthday today, but it also might be his birthday next week. I don't think we 100% know exactly when he was born. Yeah, I do have some sun catchers. But just in case, happy birthday, buddy. Also, I should probably go after him. He's walked out. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your company. I'll be back tomorrow morning with a fresh new stream, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.